Welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set for the second half of our doubleheader today as week number 3 comes to a close with our Monday night game. It'll be the LA Chargers. Actually, we call them San Diego now because we have an extra stadium here with Madden 19, and we put the Chargers back in San Diego. So at the San Diego Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings, the Chargers come in at 2-0, and the Vikings come in at 1-1. Misty, what? Misty's for the Vikings. I know that, the purple team. Let's take a look at the standings so far. Vikings, Skywalker is 3-1, and he's already told me he's taking the Vikings in this one. Evil Dead is now 29-23. Braden Mann is now 16-14. Jax is 15-12. CJ is 3-3. Mech is 0-1, and we haven't seen TMG tonight. He's at 5-5. All right, we know Viking is taking the Vikings. We'll see who everybody else takes. If you're watching this on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's head out to Minneapolis, Minnesota for this one. The Chargers and Vikings here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the Chargers and the Vikings on Monday night. And welcome into another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. The Vikings finished 10-6 last season. They won the NFC Central by a game over Detroit, who finished 9-7. The Chargers are 2-0. The Vikings are 1-1. Interconference game. The Chargers will get the ball first, run away. From the 2-yard line, Sanders on the return over the 20-25. And making the return, Steve Sanders, the rookie out of Florida, out to the 29-yard line. Jax is going to take the Chargers. Starting quarterback, Ethan Garbers, in his second year out of UCLA. You think they have a higher ceiling? All right. Evil Dead and Viking Skywalker both taking the Vikings. The San Diego Chargers. Now that I'm back on 19, they're in San Diego when they're at home. It just feels right calling them the San Diego Chargers. It's just, I know they've been in Los Angeles now for 8 years? But for me, they'll always be the San Diego Chargers. 1st and 10 from the 29. Garber's back, throws, caught by Watkins out of the backfield, out to the 34-yard line. Actually, Watkins is the tight end. Here's the Chargers offense. Up front, Speaks, Myers, Kennedy, and Haynes. And then it's Tate, Fields, Lattimore, Roush, and Watkins. James Watkins, the receiver, who just made the catch. In his 10th year out of Rutgers. A 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Chargers at their own 34-yard line. On 2nd and 5 from the 34-yard line, the Chargers come out. Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Marcus Lattimore, and Lattimore no gain. The former Eagle. Here's the Viking defense. They play a 4-3. Lewis, Mason, Hayes, and Doris up front. Linebackers, St. Paul, Martin, and Florence. And the secondary, Bell, Martin, Burnside, and Woodson. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Chargers at their own 34-yard line. Our Week 3 Monday night game to wrap up the week. The Chargers at 2-0. The Vikings at 1-1. Garber's in the shotgun on 3rd down. Garber's back. Throws outside. Caught by Lattimore. Out to the 40-yard line. 6 yards and a 1st down. Marcus Lattimore in his 4th year out of Tulsa. The 3rd oldest of the 4 Lattimore brothers in the league. Absolutely it did, Jackson. I was thinking that earlier today. We had some dynamite games this week. Not the last one, but we had some dynamite games this week. Dolphins blew out the Ravens, 34-10. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Garbers in the shotgun. Ruth in motion. Garbers hands off to Lattimore around the outside. And Marcus Lattimore down the sideline. They go from the 40 to the 40. That's a 20-yard gain for Marcus Lattimore. 1st down, Chargers. The Chargers are 2-0. How did they get here? Well, I'll tell you. They beat Denver 31-3 in Week 1. And then last week, they beat Cincinnati on the road 20-10. And that's how the Chargers are 2-0. In the offset eye, Garber's under center. Hands off to Lattimore around the outside, and Lattimore, a 2-yard loss back to the 42-yard line. Andy Doris on the tackle, the 13th year defensive end out of Wisconsin. It'll be 2nd and 12. The Vikings are 1-1. They lost to Tampa Bay in Week 1 in a game they should have won. 28-24. They lost that game inside the last minute when they fumbled, and the Buccaneers were able to get a touchdown. And then the Vikings defeated the Raiders last week 24-14. 2nd and 12 from the 42-yard line. They hand off to Fields this time, and Fields picks up 2 yards. Marcus Fields, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin. Third and 10 from the 40-yard line. Garber's in the shotgun. Big 3rd down. Garber's back. Throws downfield. Caught by Roush. Jim Roush, the ageless wonder. 18 yards down to the 22-yard line. The 17th year tight end out of Navy. That would make him either 43 or 44 years old. Remember now, when you graduate the Naval Academy, you got to serve 4 years. Then you can come out and play football. So he's got to be closing in on his mid-40s playing tight end at a high level. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Fields. And Fields, not much, no gain. Donovan St. Paul on the tackle, the 4th-year linebacker out of Dayton. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chargers at the Viking 22-yard line. We're still on the opening drive of the game. Misty has said goodnight at 8:39 Central Time if you're playing at home. On 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. Garbers pump fakes, hands off to Lattimore. And Marcus Lattimore fumbles, is picked up by Bell. The Vikings get the turnover. Jeremy Bell picks up the loose football as Lattimore coughed it up. The Chargers come up empty on their opening drive. Somebody ripped it out of there. It was number 59. It was Kerry Seymour, the rookie linebacker out of Oklahoma, ripping it out of there. Great play by the rookie. Now, speaking of uniforms, you've got to love both teams' uniforms here, especially Minnesota. 1st and 10 Vikings now at the 16-yard line. Got the Vikings in those old school unis from the 70s and the 80s. Great uniforms. Best ever, absolutely. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Jay Foster, the quarterback. in his 5th year out of Michigan. Foster to Maffa. Phil Maffa, the 2nd year back out of Clemson. 7 yards out to the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3. We're at U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our Week 3 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. Yeah, the Chargers, I got them in those uniforms they were wearing in the late 80s into the 90s. I like the blue helmets better. 2nd and 3. Foster to Maffa. And Phil Maffa gets the first down. 5 yards out to the 28-yard line. And he got shaken up on the play. It'll be an injury timeout. The Banana Bolts. Well, the yellow lightning bolt really pops on the blue background there. I mean, the white helmets are fine. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike the white helmets. I just like the blue ones better. It really pops. Injury timeout. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings now. Maffa comes out of the game. Hopefully he can come back. Luke Joyner will go in. Joyner, the 3rd year back out of Virginia Tech. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Joyner in the backfield right now.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
On 1st and 10, Foster fakes the handoff. Throws out to Joyner. Turns upfield. And he gets out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Coming up to make the tackle for the Chargers was Rodney Lynch, the 10th year linebacker out of Akron. Coming up on 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2nd and 3. Foster in the shotgun. Foster fakes the handoff. Foster throws deep. Caught by Keith. And out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A 17-yard gain. Dante Keith in his 8th year out of Penn State. And that'll be a first down for the Vikings into Charger territory. The final game of Week 3, our Monday night game, will start Week 4 tomorrow with the Steelers and Jets at 8 o'clock Eastern time. 4 wide, Foster in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Foster to Phillips. And Phillips, Rashard Phillips, no gain in his 5th year out of San Diego State. Odell Briggs came up and made the tackle, the 8th year linebacker out of Wisconsin. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line for the Vikings. 2:25 and counting here in the first quarter. Foster under center. Foster looking, throws, dumps it off to Lawson Underwood. Picks up 3 yards out to the 45-yard line. Underwood, the 11th year tight end out of Iowa. On the tackle, number 92, Lawrence Watts, in his 3rd year out of USC. The Chargers had a long drive, but it ended with a fumble. That's why the first quarter is going by so quickly here. No score. We got about 3 minutes left. Actually, we got about 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2 minutes. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Vikings at the Charger 45-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Foster in the shotgun. Foster fakes the handoff, throws. Caught by Keith, wide open. He may score. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 45-yard touchdown catch by Dante Keith. And the Vikings capitalize off the turnover and get a touchdown. Misty, your purple team just scored. And the Vikings go up 6-0. And now Randy Lloyd will come on for the extra point. The 4th year kicker out of Utah State. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Vikings lead it 7-0. 1:45 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. our Week 3 Monday Night Football game here at Jammin' Sports. Vikings up 7-0. Misty says it won't last. Ever the optimist, aren't you, Misty? Like I said, in all fairness, the Vikings should be 2-0. They made a blunder at the end of the Buccaneer game. They had the game wrapped up, and they were inside their own 20, and they fumbled the ball with less than a minute left. The Buccaneers, who were down by 3, scooped it up and scored for the touchdown to win that game by 4. There's the kick from the goal line. Sanders over the 20, 25, and Sanders out to the 28-yard line. Steve Sanders, the rookie out of Florida. Actually, the Buccaneers didn't score on the fumble return, but they returned it to like the 3-yard line or something like that. And then they scored one play later. Could very well be, Jax. Made popcorn just for this game. All right, Viking Skywalker. So the Chargers will have it now for the second time. 1:40 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10. 4 receivers set wide. Garbers under center.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Garbers hands off to Lattimore. And Marcus Lattimore out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. On the tackle, number 58, Donovan St. Paul. 1:22 left to play. Is there any other kind? That's the best popcorn. Orville Redenbacher.
Now let's go. Green 39.
On 2nd and 5, Lattimore bounces through the line and gets out to the 38-yard line, picks up the first down, a gain of 5. Orville Redenbacher, they do have a style that's buttered, yes. It's an expensive brand, but it's good. If you've ever had Orville Redenbacher, it's really good. I'm not a big popcorn fan, but I do like Orville Redenbacher. I'll eat it if you get that. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers fakes the handoff. Looking. Throws outside. Caught by Roush. Out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Jim Roush, in his 17th year. He spent 15 years with Tampa Bay. Now in his 2nd year with the Chargers. With the gold shoes. He's got the gold shoes. 2nd and 7 from the 41-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers to Lattimore. Turns upfield, and Lattimore out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. On the tackle there, number 59, Kerry Seymour. And that might do it for the first quarter. Will they get a playoff in time? I don't think so. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 47-yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter. Vikings up 7-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We go to the second quarter. Vikings lead the Chargers 7-0. The Chargers come in at 2-0. The Vikings at 1-1. Because Detroit lost yesterday to the Rams, the Vikings can tie Detroit for first with a win tonight. That Lions loss tightens up the division early on. 3rd and 1 for the Chargers at their own 47. Garbers, play action, throws downfield. Watkins can't hold on. He took a shot by Ty Martin and number 20, Jeremy Bell. It'll be 4th down. And Bill Stone will come in to punt. Stone gets the punt away. Off the side of his foot. Out of bounds at the 14. Well, not a bad punt, really. It's actually a 39-yard punt. That's not bad. And now the Vikings have it at the 14-yard line. 7:51 left here in the first half. Vikings up 7-0. Jay Foster, the quarterback, in his 5th year out of Michigan. The Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings. On 1st and 10, Foster under center.
All right, here we go.
Foster to Maffa, and Phil Maffa driving forward out to the 23-yard line, a gain of 9. He'll be just shy of the marker. It'll be 2nd and 1. Maffa had a pretty good rookie year. The Vikings won the NFC Central last season. No, they didn't. Yeah, they did. And they had a first-round bye, but they lost to the 49ers in the division round. 2nd and 1 from the 23-yard line. Foster in the gun. Foster to Maffa, and Maffa gets nailed for a 1-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 1. They might not be destroying the other team like the Dolphins, but they're definitely controlling the game like the Dolphins. Yes, you're right. I agree. Yeah, when this game was on the schedule, I said, we got to make that a Monday night game. These are 2 playoff teams from last season. 3rd and 1 from the 22-yard line. In the offset eye, Foster under center. Foster hands off to Maffa around the outside, and Maffa out to the 26-yard line. A gain of 4 yards will be 2nd and 10. For those that are not familiar, it's a 30-team league. Each conference has 15 teams. Each conference has 3 divisions of 5 teams each. East, Central, and West. My divisions are a little bit different than the real NFL because of that. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, 4 wide. Foster in the shotgun. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Phil Maffa 2 yards out to the 28-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8. On the tackle, John Keith in his 5th year out of Colorado. The AFC West, for instance, is the Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, and Seahawks, like it used to be. And the NFC Central is the Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears, and Buccaneers, like it used to be. On 2nd and 8, Foster back. Foster throws, caught by Mills. He had to come back for it. John Mills out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 7. Missy was clapping because I said Buccaneers. John Majors came up, made the tackle. It'll be 3rd and inches for Minnesota at their own 36-yard line. On 3rd down, Foster under center. Foster hands off to Maffa, picks up the 1st down. Phil Maffa out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 7. 1st down, Vikings. Tell you what, Vikings Skywalker was right. The Vikings are dominating this game early, even though they don't have many points. Time of possession is definitely on Minnesota's side at the moment. First and 10 Vikings. They have it at their own 43-yard line. In the I formation, Foster under center. Foster hands off to Phillips, and Phillips picks up a yard. Rashard Phillips. It'll be 2nd and 9. Rodney Lynch on the tackle, the linebacker. Looking ahead to next week, Minnesota will play at Chicago next week, and the Chargers will host the Raiders. An early season showdown between the Raiders and Chargers. On 2nd and 9, Foster fakes the handoff. Throws downfield. Caught by John Mills down to the 31-yard line. 25 yards to John Mills, the fourth-year receiver out of UNLV. First down, Vikings. John Majors on the tackle. And that'll be a Viking first down. 4:10 and counting here in the first half. Vikings come out in the I formation. Foster under center. Foster to Joyner this time. And Joyner pushing his way down to the 22-yard line. Luke Joyner in his third year out of Virginia Tech, a gain of 9, down to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1. That is correct. You are on the ball there, Viking. 2nd and 1 from the 22-yard line. A rapidly moving first half, I might add. Foster under center, even by 19 standards. Joyner up the middle, and Joyner 2 yards out to the 20-yard line. And that'll be another Viking first down. .3:15 and counting here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Charger 20-yard line. Vikings up 7-0, trying to make it a 2-score game. Foster in the gun. Foster to Maffa. And Maffa, that play took too long to develop. No gain. Rodney Lynch is right there for the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 10. .248 and counting. Vikings come out in the I formation. Foster under center. Foster to Maffa again. And Maffa only gets a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Watts on the tackle for the Chargers. Lawrence Watts, the defensive tackle in his third year out of USC. 3rd and 9 from the 19-yard line. 4 wide from Minnesota. Foster in the shotgun. Foster drops back, steps up. He got hit as he threw, and Phillips can't hold on. Incomplete. Phillips took a shot from Lynch, the linebacker. It'll be 4th down. And Minnesota will try a 36-yard field goal attempt to go up by 10. Randy Lloyd will come on. This will be from 36. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. The Vikings go up 10-0. 2:02 left to play. Here in the second quarter, live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, our Week 3 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. Well, Evil Dead and Viking Skywalker doing well so far. They took the Vikings. Jacks took the Chargers. And now the Vikings will kick off. We'll probably have the 2-minute warning after this kickoff. Unless it's a touchback. Kickoff by Lloyd. From the 2-yard line. Fields brings it back over the 20, 25. And Fields out to the 30-yard line. 2-minute warning. Vikings up 10-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Vikings lead the Chargers 10-0. Our Week 3 Monday night game. As Week 3 comes to a close, Week 4 has a dynamite Monday night game. The 49ers and the Rams, they're both 3-0. We got to wait till the end of Week 4 to see that game. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. Garber's back. Garber's throws. Incomplete. He was looking for Watkins, and Jeremy Bell knocks the ball away. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, the Monday night game next week is going to be a good one. The 49ers 3-0. The Rams 3-0. A big battle in the NFC West. Second and 10 from the 30-yard line. 4 wide for the Chargers. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's drops back. Throws downfield. Caught by Watkins. Out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 14 yards. James Watkins. Chargers in the hurry up. 3 wide to the far side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back. Looking. Throws. Caught by George. Jacoby George down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 17 yards and a first down. Jacoby George, the second-year receiver at the University of Miami. Chargers trying to get on the board before halftime. Overall, they haven't played too well in the first half. They finally have something going here. Clock is moving. Both teams still with 3 timeouts. 1:15 left in the half. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's drops back. Throws outside, caught by Roush. And Jim Roush out to the 33, a gain of 6. And the Chargers take a timeout. With 1:01 left, it'll be 2nd and 4. Can the Chargers get a score before halftime to make it a 1-possession game? The Vikings get the second half kickoff. Ethan Garbers, the second-year quarterback out of UCLA. He was one of those 14 quarterbacks taken in the first round, or 13 in the first round last season. 2nd and 4 from the 33-yard line. Garbers looking, throws, caught by Lattimore. And Marcus Lattimore down to the 24-yard line, a gain of 9. Chargers take a timeout. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Viking 24-yard line. Chargers with 1 more timeout left. Making the tackle was Martin. Ross Martin, the safety, in his 3rd year out of Baylor. The Vikings have 2 Martins on defense. Ross Martin, the safety, and Ty Martin, the linebacker. No relation. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. 3 to the near side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's drops back. Looking. He's got all day. Garber's throws. Caught by George, coming back for it. He only picks up 2 yards. Burnside on the tackle, number 25, Lawrence Burnside, the 5th-year safety out of BYU. Clock is moving, 37 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Chargers at the Viking 22-yard line. Chargers with that 1 timeout left. They're holding on to it. .30 seconds left. 2nd and 8 from the Viking 22-yard line. 3 wide to the far side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's drops back. Throws and caught by Tate. Touchdown. Chargers. Deon Tate in his 8th year out of Vanderbilt. A 22-yard touchdown catch right before halftime to get the Chargers on the board. And San Diego makes it a 1-possession game. San Diego Superchargers. And now Tyler Hines for the extra point. The kick is up and good. Vikings lead is now 10-7 with 17 seconds left to play here in the first half. Chargers at 2-0, the Vikings at 1-1. And now the Vikings is at the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. What's that, Jax? Please drop the other shoe. Bill Stone will kick off for the Chargers. There you go. There's the kick. From the 1 yard line, Keith brings it back over the 20, 25, and Dante Keith out to the 28 yard line. 13 seconds left. Vikings will start from their own 28 yard line. Let's see what they do. Jay Foster comes back out to lead the offense. They have 3 timeouts, but only 13 seconds to work with. This might be a give-up play and go to halftime. Let's see what they do.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Maddox in motion. Foster hands off to Maffa. Again, that's a give-up play. Maffa gains 7 out to the 35-yard line. Make it an 8-yard gain. And they just want to go to halftime. Vikings 10, Chargers 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We get set to start the second half. The Vikings lead the Chargers 10-7. The Chargers at 2-0. The Vikings at 1-1. Our Week 3 Monday night game to wrap up the week. The Vikings will get the second half kickoff. Teeing it up will be Bill Stone. He's the punter. He does the kickoff duties for the Chargers. U.S. Bank Stadium. Here's the kick. From the 3-yard line, Dante Keith on the return over the 25. And Keith out to the 28-yard line. First down, Vikings, up by 3. This is still anybody's ball game right here. Now, the Raiders are hoping the Chargers lose so they don't fall 2 games behind them. And the Raiders play the Chargers next week in San Diego. That should be a good game. Looking forward to that one. The Vikings will play at Chicago next week. 1st and 10, Minnesota at their own 28. 4 wide. Foster under center.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Foster hands off to Maffa. And Phil Maffa out to the 39, a gain of 11. And that'll be a Viking first down. Second year back out of Clemson, Phil Maffa. Odell Briggs on the tackle. .735 and counting. 1st and 10, Minnesota. Foster under center.
Hurry up, here we go.
Foster
Green 39.
fakes the handoff. Foster throws deep and overthrew his target, incomplete. He was looking for John Mills, And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Vikings at their own 39-yard line. Just a 10-7 ball game. Minnesota up. 4 wide. Foster in the shotgun.
All right, here we go. 319.
Foster looks downfield. Foster throws. Caught by Maffa. Out of the backfield. He only gains 3. Out to the 42-yard line. Make it a 4-yard gain. It'd be 3rd and 6. Tackle was made by Bobby Bolton, the linebacker, in his 8th year out of Memphis. 3rd and 6 for Minnesota now. At their own 42. Big 3rd down right here. Foster under center.
Hurry up, here we go.
Foster drops back. Foster looking. Throws. And caught by Maddox out to the 44-yard line. But he's going to be well shy of the 1st down. He only picks up a yard. That was James Maddox, the 2nd-year tight end out of Eastern Michigan. Great catch, but he's well shy of the marker. It'll be 4th and 5. Minnesota will punt. .6:35 and counting. James Spalding comes in to punt, the rookie out of Baylor. This is the first Viking punt of the day. There's the punt. And that's inside the 10. And look at that. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Great punt by Spalding, the rookie out of Baylor. Wow. Now the Chargers will start deep in their own end. First and 10, San Diego at their own 2-yard line. Down 10-7. Let's see what the Chargers can do with their first possession of the second half. It's been a tight ball game. Chargers come out. In the offset eye, Garbers under center.
Let's go. Blue landed.
Garbers hands off to Lattimore around the outside. And Marcus Lattimore out to the 13-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11. And that'll be a Charger 1st down. Marcus Lattimore, one of the 4 Lattimore brothers. Randall, the oldest, with the Colts. Perry, the 2nd oldest, with the Broncos. Marcus, the 3rd oldest, with the Chargers. And Devin, the rookie. He's with the Saints. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Garbers under center.
Here we go now.
Garbers hands off to Lattimore. And Marcus out to the 18-yard line, a gain of 5. Make it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Jim Florence on the tackle, the linebacker, in his 9th year out of Wake Forest. 5:50 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings up 10-7. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Chargers at their own 18. 4 wide. Garbers in the gun. Garbers back. Throws. Caught by Watkins. No. Incomplete. Breaking up the pass is Lawrence Burnside. The free safety. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4. 5:37 left here in the 3rd quarter. Garbers in the shotgun on 3rd down.
Green 39.
Lattimore in motion.
39.
Garbers drops back. Throws. Caught by Ruth. Has Ben Ruth out to the 25. A gain of 7. The 3rd-year tight end out of Texas, Ben Ruth. 1st down. Charges. I know I gush about 19 a lot, but you have to admit, just by watching these games tonight and yesterday, how smooth this game runs. The gameplay and everything. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. This is an 8-year-old game. Garbers in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Hands off to Lattimore. Lattimore out to the 30-yard line. A gain of 6. Making the tackle, number 91, Andy Doris, in his 13th year out of Wisconsin. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 from the 30-yard line. Chargers come out this time, 3 to the near side. Garber's in the shotgun, 2nd and 4. Garber's hands off to Lattimore, tries to get outside, and nothing to it. The Vikings are there, no gain. On the tackle, number 96, that's Larry Lofton, the 5th-year defensive end out of Illinois. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Viking defense making a nice play. I knew this was going to be a close game. These are two good teams right here. 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. These are two playoff teams from last season. Garber's in the shotgun on 3rd down. Garber's back. Garber's throws, caught by Roush, out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 10. And that'll be a San Diego first down. As Jim Roush gets the first down. They really are, Viking. They really are. I have a copy of all three. '18 and 19 are so close to each other, it's not even funny. The biggest difference, though, is on 19 you can change their skin color and hair color. On 18 you can't. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Garber's looking. Garber's throws, caught by Watkins. And Watkins to the 46-yard line, a gain of 14 yards. First down, Chargers. James Watkins in his 10th year out of Rutgers. And that'll be a San Diego first down into Minnesota territory. .323 and counting. This drive started at the 2-yard line. 1st and 10. Garber's under center. Garber's to Fields. And Fields makes his way down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6. Marcus Fields, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin. That's a school in Texas, if you didn't know that. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 40-yard line. On 2nd down, Garber's hands off to Fields. Picks up a yard to the 39-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. Ross Martin came up, made the tackle. 3rd-year safety out of Baylor. 3rd and 2 from the 39-yard line. In the I formation, Garber's under center. Garber's to Fields. Gets the first down as Fields gets out to the 35-yard line, a gain of 4. Another Charger first down. This Charger drive is eating up a lot of time as they're just methodically moving it down the field. Great drive by San Diego so far. That's got to make Jax happy, what he's seeing so far. Jax is hoping to get a touchdown and take the lead. 2 minutes left now in the 3rd quarter. Chargers at the Viking 35-yard line. Ethan Garber's the quarterback under center. Garber's play action. Looking, throws, caught by Lattimore. Lattimore fumbles a second time, but it's recovered by San Diego. Oh, they dodge a bullet. That's the knock on Marcus Lattimore. He's very fast. He reminds me of Terry Metcalf, if those who are old enough remember who he was. But he has a fumbling problem, just like Metcalf did back in the day. A gain of 4, be 2nd and 6 from the 31. For those that don't know, Terry Metcalf played for the St. Louis Cardinals in the 70s. He was electrifying. 2nd and 6. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back. Throws and incomplete. He threw it down the middle and nobody was there. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line. You would have lost your crap, huh? 3rd and 6 from the 31, 4 wide. Garber's in the shotgun. Big 3rd down right here.
Here we go.
Garber's back. Throws, caught by Roush. Oh, he doesn't. He drops it. He took a shot from 27, Andrew Spencer, the 5th-year safety out of USC. Roush can't hold on. It'll be 4th down. This will be a 48-yard field goal attempt by Tyler Hines to tie the game from 48 yards. Snap. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. He missed it wide left. It was a low kick. It was high enough, but he missed it to the left. That would have just cleared the crossbar, but it was off target. We've seen some bad kicks this week, but nothing like a couple of seasons ago. I think Evil Dead remembers it was about 2 or 3 seasons ago. The entire season, the kickers were just crap. I mean, almost every game something was happening. 1st and 10, Minnesota. As they take over after the missed field goal at their own 38-yard line. Foster hands off to Maffa. And Maffa out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 yards, make it a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Verlin Wells on the tackle. We're down to 53 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota still leads it. It's been a tight game, 10-7. Defensive game. Very much unlike the Rams and the Lions last night.
Here we go.
In the offset eye, Foster drops back, throws, caught by Underwood, and Lawson Underwood out to the 39-yard line. 17 yards. Lawson Underwood, the tight end, 1st down, Minnesota. Talk about a dependable tight end. Lawson Underwood, all 11 years with the Vikings. He's about as dependable as they are. Yeah, I will do, unless this game goes to overtime, I'll do a college game after this. It'll be Ole Miss and Stanford. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. 4 wide. Foster in the shotgun. Foster to Maffa. And Maffa, maybe a yard. And that will do it for the 3rd quarter. Vikings up 10-7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We go to the 4th quarter. It's a tight, close ball game. The Vikings lead the Chargers 10-7. I believe that was the score at halftime, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody scored in the 3rd quarter. We start quarter number 4. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at the Charger 40-yard line. Minnesota can make this a 2-score game with a touchdown. Foster in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Foster to Maffa, and Phil Maffa to the 37-yard line, a gain of 3. Make it a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. Verlin Wells on the tackle again in his 5th year out of Oklahoma State. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll start week 4. Pittsburgh and the New York Jets, a rematch of the AFC Championship. On 3rd and 8. Foster fakes the handoff. Foster throws deep downfield, and it's picked off by Morrison. He brings it out 7 yards deep. Morrison brings it out to the 17-yard line. Ashley Morrison in his 7th year out of North Texas. Rinse it out and I need milk. Foster throws a pick. I'm surprised Morrison ran it out 7 yards deep. That ball kind of hung up in the air. It was underthrown. They were looking for John Mills, and Morrison just picked it off. Purple incarnation of Satan. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, Jax. Don't hold back. My goodness. Chargers, new life for them. Instead of being down by 2 scores, they have a chance to tie it up or even take the lead here. They'll start from their own 17-yard line. Gracie brought me a glass of milk. Thank you, Gracie. Say hi. First and 10 from the 17. 5 wide. Garbers looking. Garbers gets sacked back at the 10-yard line. On the sack, Josiah Hayes in his 2nd year out of Kentucky. A loss of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 18. Grace is a good one. I think we'll keep her. Seven minutes left to play in regulation now. Watch this one go to overtime. On 2nd and 18, Garber's in the shotgun from the 10-yard line. Lattimore in motion, empty backfield now. Garbers draws back, throws, caught by Watkins, out to the 14-yard line. James Watkins, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 13. You want her to get you a Sprite? Gracie, Evil Dead wants a Sprite. 3rd and 13 from the 14-yard line. Garber's in the shotgun. Garbers draws back. Throws. Caught by Roush. And Jim Roush all the way out to the 42-yard line. A 28-yard gain for the ageless wonder, I call him. Evil Dead says he wants a Sprite. Can you get him one? She's back in here. Evil Dead is the greatest of all time, isn't he?
Yes.
There you go. She knows. She gave a thumbs up. She's still here. You want to call the next play? Your Chargers. You going to call the play, Gracie? 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. If the microphone's off, she'll call the play. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Garbers fakes the handoff, throws, caught by Roush, out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 16 yards and a Charger first down as they're into Viking territory. They're the San Diego what? What are they called? Why are you being shy all of a sudden? What do you call this team?
The phone chargers.
The Phone Chargers. That's right. 1st and 10 from the Viking 42-yard line. Garber's in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Garber's back. Supercharged. Garber's to Lattimore. And Lattimore down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 12. First down, Chargers. Grace is doing a first down sign just like the official. Boy, Gracie's hung out for more than one play. It's like she's 4 plays now. She's here. Jax is taking Pittsburgh tomorrow. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Yep. Well, the Chargers are driving there, Gracie. She was asking why the Chargers were losing. Well, they're down to the Viking 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Garber's back. Garber's looking. Throws downfield. Dropped by Ari Randolph. Randolph, the 2nd-year receiver out of Maryland. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. 5 minutes left. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Chargers come out 5 wide. Garber's in the shotgun. Gracie's hanging out to see if they get a touchdown. On 2nd and 10, Garber's back. Looking, throws. Caught by Ruth. Ben Ruth out of bounds at the 15-yard line, a gain of 15. And that'll be another Charger first down. Chargers are getting closer. Vikings lead at 10-7. Chargers take the lead with a touchdown. Alex Woodson on the tackle along with Lawrence Burnside. As they escort the band out of bounds. 4:40 left to play in regulation. Vikings up 10-7. Chargers have it, 1st and 10 for the Viking 15-yard line. Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Lattimore. Gets outside, and Lattimore picks up a yard out to the 14-yard line. Make it a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. Andrew Spencer on the tackle, the safety. You're not going to see if they're going to score a touchdown? You got to hang out. That way you can put your hands up in the air and go, touchdown. On 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line, Gracie has exited stage left. On 2nd down, Garbers to Fields up the middle, and Marcus Fields to the 11. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 6. Big 3rd down coming up. Kerry Seymour on the tackle. 3rd and 6 from the 11-yard line. Chargers come out 4 wide. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers back. Throws. Caught by Roush. Down to the 7. A gain of 4. He's going to be shy of the marker. It'll be 4th and 2. Oh boy. Decision time. Do you go for it or do you tie up the game? I say you tie up the game because there's 3:28 left. Tyler Hines will come on, and this will be a 24-yard field goal attempt. This is the smart move here. Tie up the game. You don't want to come away with nothing and not get the ball back. At least tie the game up. It'll be 4th and 2. Tyler Hines from 24. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. We're tied at 10. 3:25, easy for me to say. I wanted to say 4. 3:25 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our Week 3 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. Now the Chargers left a lot of time on the clock. 3:25. The Vikings have 3 timeouts. I don't think this is going to be the final score in regulation. Bill Stone will kick off for San Diego. Late in the 4th quarter, we're tied at 10. Overall, it's been a good game. And now Stone will kick off. From the 3-yard line, Dante Keith over the 15, 20, 25. Keith out to the 31-yard line. And that's where the Vikings will take over. A lot of time left in a tie ball game. Jay Foster comes out. Not the best numbers in the world, but they're tied. Vikings will start from their own 31-yard line. He must have. Vikings come out. Foster under center. Foster fakes the handoff, throws, and caught by Underwood. A well-designed play for 14 yards to Lawson Underwood. First down, Vikings. We're coming up on 3 minutes left. We're tied at 10. Odell Briggs, the linebacker, on the tackle. Clock is moving. We're down to 3 minutes. Vikings come out in the eye. Foster under center. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Phil Maffa out to the 48. A gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Odell Briggs again on the tackle, the linebacker. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Vikings come out. Foster fakes the handoff, throws, caught by Underwood. Down to the 38, a gain of 10. First down, Vikings. Down to the Charger 38-yard line. And that will probably take us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Charger 38. But we hit the 2-minute warning. Tied at 10 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. The final 2 minutes of this one in regulation. It'd be a 55-yard field goal from here for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the Charger 38-yard line. We're tied at 10. Our Week 3 Monday night game going down to the wire. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. In the offset eye, Foster under center. Foster hands off to Maffa. And Phil Maffa to the 36. A gain of 2. Neither team taking a timeout here. Lawrence Watts on the tackle. .140 left. I'm surprised no timeout was taken. 53 yards from here. Foster under center on 2nd and 8. Maddox in motion. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Phil Maffa down to the 29-yard line. The Chargers take a timeout. A gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and inches for the Chargers, or for the Vikings, at the Charger 29-yard line. Now it's a 46-yard field goal. Chargers have 2 timeouts left. What the Vikings want to do is get the first down, force the Chargers to take another timeout, make them waste their last one, then kick the field goal. Yeah, don't do like the Buccaneers did in Week 2, threw a pass. That cost them that game against the Packers. On 3rd down in the I formation, Foster to Maffa, picks up the first down. That's huge. 3 yards down to the 26-yard line. The Chargers take a timeout. They have 1 left. Verlin Wells on the tackle. Now the Vikings will run it again. The Chargers will take their final timeout, and then the Vikings can just run the clock down at their leisure and get a field goal. Chargers couldn't stop them when they needed to. Very rarely do you see a quarterback sneak in 19, once in a blue moon. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Foster under center. Foster to Maffa, and Maffa out to the 19, a gain of 7. Chargers take their final timeout. Now it's a 36-yard field goal. Chargers are out of timeouts. Now the Vikings, especially if they get a first down here, they can just run the clock out and kick a field goal with a couple of seconds left and win the game. It looks like the Vikings are going to be 2-1, and the Chargers are going to drop to 2-1. On 2nd and 3. In the offset eye, Foster under center.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Simpson in motion. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Maffa no gain. Odell Briggs is right there. It'll be 3rd and 3. Vikings are just going to let the clock roll. They'll probably run it one more time and then kick the field goal. They've got to run another play. Foster under center on third down. Foster to Maffa. Gets outside, gets the first down. Down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. Now, it's a 27-yard field goal. Vikings call a timeout with 31 seconds. I wonder why. The smart thing there was to let the clock run down and kick the field goal. But they take a timeout with 31 seconds left. First and goal at the 10-yard line. I mean, you don't want to tempt fate. If you run another play, you could get a turnover. Now, why call a timeout there? You should have let it run down to about 3 seconds and call a timeout. Odd. First and goal from the 10-yard line. Foster under center. It might have been. Foster to Maffa. And Maffa, the Vikings call a timeout again. No gain. It was second and goal. Why are you taking timeouts? You're keeping the Chargers in the game by doing that. Say you kick the field goal, but you've left like 15 seconds on the clock. The Chargers can return it for a touchdown. I mean, I don't understand this. Second and goal from the 10-yard line. Not very good clock management by the Vikings. They'll probably still win the game, but it's odd. This game should be over by now. Second and goal from the 10-yard line. Chargers will host the Raiders next week, and the Vikings will be on the road at Chicago. In the offset eye, Foster under center. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Maffa, nothing. Loss of a yard. Now it's a 28-yard field goal attempt. On the tackle, John Majors. Now the Vikings will let it run down. And Randy Lloyd will come on for a field goal attempt from 28 yards. Vikings will probably call a timeout about 3 or 4 seconds left. Well, they're not even going to do that. Here we go. From 28 yards, Randy Lloyd. The kick is up, and the kick is good. As time expires, the Vikings win it. Your final score, Minnesota 13, San Diego 10. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. College football up next. We'll see you then.